Welcome to the Drive-In Movie Podcast.
Now playing Marty Supreme.
This is the podcast where we go watch a brand new movie in
Yes.
theaters.
Yes, and then we go straight to the car and make a podcast. No
Right.
professional studio, no professional equipment. We have some decent mics.
Yeah. So
But-
welcome to the Drive-In.
Yeah, welcome. Anything can happen in the drive.
We're fresh off of Christmas. It's now December 27th, so
Yeah.
still in the holiday spirit. Do you get out of the holiday spirit like immediately after Christmas?
Oh yeah, Christmas is dead to me now.
Right. And that's what I hear is that people like build up to Christmas so hard that like when it actually happens, it's immediately done.
I asked
Yeah.
my wife because there's some Christmas stuff we wanted to do that we didn't get to do, and I was like, "Do you still want to do it?" They all close on like January 2nd or something. Like
Yeah.
that. And she's like, "No, it's done now. Like it's lost all meaning."
It's more of a season though, really, than
Yes,
like a...
no, December 25th it ends. Approximately 6 p.m. on December 25th, it's over.
I can understand that for Halloween because there's build up for the Halloween season too, and then on Halloween Day, immediately after, people switch to Christmas. You know, people are already prepping for the next holiday season. I don't think Christmas.
They're prepping for the holiday. They're not prepping for winter. Winter goes on. That's like saying like, oh, we can go look at Christmas lights in March. Because
That's not like that's not no.
That's what it is.
No.
That's how you're thinking about
I'm
it.
not talking about the actual season. I'm talking
You
about
just
like,
said it's a season.
a frame. Yeah, so they have seasons of TV shows too. That doesn't mean that it lasts exactly 3 months.
No, it
It's
lasts
just-
exactly 8 episodes.
It's just a period of time.
Uh-huh.
It's just a period of time. That's all. That's what I'm referring it to it as.
I got a slick transition.
What's that?
Speaking of seasons and seasons ending, do you know what I heard?
What?
I want to know if this is true. Do you know One Piece is finally ending its first season?
It's first. No, that's not true. That can't be true.
I saw it at multiple
What could
places
that
on the
even
internet.
mean?
They're saying, well, this December, this month, the first season of One Piece has officially ended.
And what they're doing like 5 seasons?
I don't know,
It's
but
gonna be
I was
like
like,
5,000
what?
There's no way.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, when you go on like Netflix and Disney Plus and stuff, it's not labeled season 1, season 2, season 3. It's
Yeah, it
labeled,
is.
No, it's labeled arcs. If you go on
I-
Disney Plus, it's like the whatever arc we're in, and then the other arcs. It's not labeled season 1, season 2.
Well, it says it has like 30 seasons.
Yeah,
I guess
it's
that's
just like
30 arcs, but okay. I guess they don't have the correct terminology.
no,
on...
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no way it's like. What is that? What would that even mean then?
I-
That they're like the first season's ending and they're entering like a new era or something.
Is there any time jumps in One Piece? Do you think?
Yeah, I've heard that there's a time jump.
That's what my guess would have been for like a new season, is that they would have been. What if
Right.
all 1,000 episodes have taken place in like just 30 days?
They gotta be. That's surely that can't be the case.
I mean, look, we've seen what 8. You've seen 10 episodes of One Piece.
yeah,
I've seen 9 episodes of One Piece. 9 episodes have taken place in like a single day, a couple days.
it's been a couple days.
So like, if we're on that pace, I mean,
they didn't like get Kobe, go to the Marine Islands.
what's 1,000
Go to
divided by
the-
9?
It's 11. It's 110.
Okay, so you could have safely assumed that season 1's just been 110
111.
days.
I guess so.
I don't know. We haven't seen it.
We have no idea what we're talking about right now.
No,
we're
we're just-
completely speculating
We're
based
just
on
making it up.
nothing. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of seasons, new season of Stranger Thing
New
is
season of
happening.
Stranger
We
Things.
just got part 2.
We just got
of
part
the
2.
last season of Stranger Things.
What did you think of Stranger Things Volume 2?
I really liked it. I liked it better than the first volume.
Interesting. You didn't think it was just kind of a volume full of nothing?
No, I really liked it.
Okay.
I appreciate that now we know what the upside down is, I guess.
Yeah, a wormhole. A giant wormhole
Yeah.
in the sky that
I-
you need a bridge.
I don't know if I love the idea of like I don't know if I love the concept of there being basically 3 worlds. It kind of feels like they didn't really add anything.
Is it really 3 worlds? Is the upside down a world? No, it's a bridge.
Yeah, but it's a bridge that you can go on and spend tons of time in and like build a secret military base on, and you know,
Yeah, it's like in Fortnite, you have that area before the game starts. You know that you can do anything.
The warm-up island?
Yeah, the warm-up island. That's what the upside down is.
Yeah.
And you take the party bus
Sure.
to the main.
It kind of looks
Battle
like it's
area.
in the storm though.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to use Fortnite terms,
Yeah.
in 2025, almost 2026, that game's almost 10 years old.
Still
dude.
relevant. I'm pretty sure Stranger Things characters have just been added to Fortnite.
No way.
Yeah, so
No way.
like,
I want to play as Steve.
You
I want to be
could.
Steve the Hair.
you
Harrington
could,
in
you
Fortnite.
could.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, it's possible.
God.
Or maybe Percy Jackson was just added. Maybe I'm mixing up my pop.
For some
cultural
reason,
pop
that would make
TV
more
show
sense to
icons.
me that Percy Jackson get added. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
They did a whole Greek mythology thing,
Uh-huh.
and now they're doing Percy Jackson. It feels kind of lame.
I do remember the Greek mythology thing.
Yeah.
Is anyone actually following the story of Fortnite?
Does Fortnite have a story?
Yeah, the lore from season to season. There's
What?
always a reason why the things are happening in the Fortnite season and how things transition into the next season. You've never done the end of season events?
No.
Oh,
Well, actually, no. I did it once. I did it once with like Galactus,
yeah,
and nothing happened. There was no consequences.
yeah. There was
What happened?
like reset the
Fortnite
island.
still exists.
Yeah, unless so you're saying unless Fortnite ends, then
Yeah,
there was
bad stakes.
but it sets up like the new season.
How can I take the story unless they're threatening to take Fortnite away from me? How can I ever?
What was the
really...
transition? I think they transitioned from like Marvel to Star Wars or something. So I think like after the Fortnite season, it was the Mandalorian.
Somehow
season.
Palpatine returned,
and it was like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think when Galactus like swallowed the 0 point or something, that it created a new island, and that's why all the geography changed.
I think Fortnite is really just an analogy for what Marvel's Avengers Secret Wars is gonna be.
Yeah,
Just throwing any character for
Just
any
throw
IP.
it in.
That's what Avengers Secret Wars is gonna be.
yeah. It's just IP slop.
Yeah.
It's
Fortnite is the appetizer.
it's a cameo buffet.
Yeah,
really.
it's delicious.
Yeah. Well, at this, I don't know. I haven't played Fortnite now in many years.
Every once in a while, I try to play. Here's the thing. This is my Fortnite cycle. I have the game downloaded. Every 4 to 6 months, I'm like, you know what? I have nothing to do for 20 minutes. Let me just play a couple rounds of Fortnite, get a couple victory royales, and then I boot it up, and then it has to update for like 3 hours. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can't play in the next 20 minutes. And then it finishes updating, and I'm like, okay, well, I waited for it to update, so I may as well at least play it.
Yeah.
And so I give it a round. It's classic. The first game, I die instantly. The second game, I placed in like third or second. The third game, I die instantly, and then I'm like, all right, see you in the next 5-6 months.
Yeah.
That's my Fortnite cycle. It's to a T.
Not a bad one.
To a T. And there's nothing that's really like making me. If they give me Tobey Maguire Spider-Man skins, maybe I'll play.
Really, for you, it would be like a skin would get you back in the game.
Maybe. I mean, I've been rocking my Hayden Christensen Anakin Skywalker Revenge of the Sith skin for years.
You do love that one.
I don't love it though.
I went crazy hard on the Marvel season, and I got a holographic Groot skin.
This was a big deal.
So
for
I got
us.
a rainbow Groot skin, and I still use it. That's my most important.
Getting it.
Yeah, I got to like level 195 or something in that season.
Yeah, and then just reset the 0. That's what Galactus did.
Yeah, but you get to keep the skins that you want.
See, that's what they should do. They should make you lose your skins.
I didn't get up there just casual. Like I got up there because I was like looking at the ways to maximize the XP that I could get, so I could get those crazy good. Because you get to the level 100 skins, but then you get like the super skins or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I think I wanted Iron Man.
What are some games that you think are timeless classics? Because the more time goes on, the more I realize that like I thought that video games were cyclical. You know, like you don't talk about video games the same way that you talk about movies, where there's timeless classics that everyone has to see. Like It's a Wonderful Life. You know, even though it's still in black and white, like people still watch that movie, people still show it. You know, there are like Disney movies that came out in the 50s, like Snow White and Sleeping Beauty and stuff. Now that video games have been around for long enough, I'm starting to realize that there are timeless classics that are like coming out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, of course.
Fallout New Vegas came out and it was a smash hit. Everyone loved it. I kind of thought that, you know, there was going to be another thing down the line that was going to replace it. And then like newer people weren't going to revisit Fallout New Vegas. But people still play that game today for the first time. You know?
Yeah, I've actually never played it.
You should. I was just talking to Jack about, I mean, there's a new Fallout season actually right now on Amazon Prime. There's only a couple episodes out in the new season, and it's set in Fallout New Vegas. Yeah. So,
interesting.
But that's what I mean, is that it's like that game came out like at least 15 years ago at this point, and it's still fun to play. Like people are still replaying it, or new people are picking up for the first time and still enjoying it, even though it's a dated game.
The only video game I've ever replayed is Spider-Man, PlayStation Spider-Man.
You don't replay video games?
Story-wise. I replay video games. I'll get to that in a second. But story-wise, the only video game I've ever actually replayed, and I've done it multiple times, is the PlayStation Spider-Man. The first one that came on the PS4. I haven't replayed the Spider-Man 2. So what I do is, I've beat the story for Spider-Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Spider-Man Brand New Day is in its build-up, and I'm getting ready, like really excited for that movie to come out, I'll start playing Spider-Man again, and I'll 100% the rest of it.
Okay.
So like I'll have something new, and that will fix my that will feed my Spider-Man fix.
Right, it'll fill the hole in your heart.
Fill the hole until I can watch Spider-Man Brand New Day.
That surprises me that you don't replay other video games.
Well, I do though. So I was about to say that. So you talk about timeless video games.
Yep.
I replay like Crash Bandicoot, and that rage bait is still timeless. It will rage bait me the exact same way it did as a kid.
Interesting. Yeah, one of them also that is so huge that you almost forget about it is Minecraft.
Yes, Minecraft I'll pick up every once in a while.
I played that game. That game came out when I was in middle school. I'm a 27-year-old man now. Yeah. I'm still replaying Minecraft, and new kids today are still getting Minecraft and falling in love with it like I did when I was in middle school. Like, it's a timeless classic in that, like, people are not getting tired of it, and it continues to get new audience members.
So it's funny to say that. So I can talk about this now publicly.
Okay.
My wife and I are expecting.
Woo!
We're gonna have a baby boy.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Known about this for a while.
I have, but dude, it's been so hard for me to not tell people. Actually, I've almost brought it up so many times.
Oh man, I am so through. I'm just so I can't believe it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me by far. But I bring it up at mention of Minecraft because I specifically told my wife, and it's funny that you said like 20, you're 27-year-old and you still play Minecraft. I specifically told my wife, I was like, okay, we're having a baby boy. You have to learn Minecraft now. You have to learn because in a few years, this is going to be one of the first video games we probably actively play with him, and he's going to love it. And it's actually going to be really good for him developmentally.
Yeah, and that's actually so true. I was in a middle school class where we actually had a Minecraft server and we got assignments on Minecraft.
Yeah.
And the justification was that it taught us like teamwork and resource management.
It's also great motor skills.
Right, motor skills, like planning, communication, all sorts of stuff. So,
yeah, and my argument to my wife is like, I want you to learn how to play Minecraft, so when it's time to teach him, we both can be really good at Minecraft, and then you won't be left out.
And that's got to be so cool also because you get to build something with your kid. Like, it's not like when I was a kid, like me and my dad played like Halo a couple times or something, and that was fun. You know, we chase each other around the map, you know, and we're shooting each other. And it's like, you got me, whatever. But it's like if you actually build something with your kid, you can like revisit that world later and be like, remember when we built that together?
Yeah. It's like we can almost have like sections of the map that's like, okay, you're 4 years old. This is what we did in year 4. So we did in year 5, and we can see it evolve and grow as he grows up.
Oh my god! If it's one world the whole time,
yeah. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh man, but that would also wreck me if we lost that file or something.
You got to back that up. That's got to be on the cloud.
But you know, you played Halo with your dad. I specifically remember playing Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith with my dad. This was a big deal. So he bought the Xbox game. I was super excited to play it with him. I wasn't good enough to like play it myself. I was like 6.
Okay.
And so we were gonna play it together. I do specifically remember though. I went to school. And I came home, and he beat the game
without you,
without me.
You're like,
and
dude.
I was just like, that was one of my first like feelings of betrayal.
Okay,
and I've never played the Revenge of the Sith video game because of this.
Bora, that was a dick move.
That was crazy.
That's his dad's name, Bora.
That was crazy.
What were you thinking, man? Dick move. I'm sorry, but
crazy.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Look, your son's 27
I'm
now.
Still talking about
still
it.
Remembers it.
It literally was 20 years ago.
Yeah,
I still think about it.
That. Crazy what like the smallest thing that you do as a parent has such a big impact. Like he's just playing a video game that he bought and he like traumatized his son.
Yeah. But also to give Bora credit, he did take me out of school to go watch Revenge of the Sith. And that was the coolest.
To give him credit, he did prioritize a movie over my education.
Yes. And that my life has changed. Okay, 20 years later, do I use my college degree? No.
Right.
Do I talk about movies on the internet for a living? Yes.
So Berkan's future son, if you're watching this,
you're
skip school, make content.
You're welcome.
Because college is for nerds.
Crazy. Crazy,
Yeah,
crazy.
these
crazy.
are great lessons to be
These are
teaching.
good
actually.
lessons.
And these are lessons that your father taught you, and you'll teach your son.
Yeah, like my
So-
father before me. Also a quote from Star Wars.
Yeah. So there's no other video game like timeless classics that you can think of.
I want to replay Spyro. I mean, wait.
like
Ratchet and
time,
Clank,
like
we love Ratchet and Clank.
yeah.
That's timeless to me. I actually want to go do a full like run through of all Ratchet and Clank.
yeah.
games.
I'm not necessarily talking about nostalgic video games for us. I agree with you though.
I think those games are timeless.
I
Like,
can
think
still
they're so
go back. I can still go back and like replay all those games. Like you said, I want to replay the whole series, but I don't know if new people are getting into Ratchet and Clank. You know what I mean?
Kingdom Hearts felt pretty timeless.
Kingdom Hearts might be timeless
because you played what? Kingdom Hearts came out in what? 2002, 2003.
Before I can remember.
Yeah, and then I played it for the first time in college.
Really?
Yeah, I played it for the first time as a 19-year-old.
Interesting.
And I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun.
Okay.
So I think that would classify as timeless.
Yeah, they just don't come out with new video games very often, do they? Like,
No.
I don't even know if they're going to come out with another Kingdom Hearts game ever.
Kingdom Hearts 4 has been in development for like the past 6 years. Come
Okay.
on.
It took Kingdom Hearts 3 a long time to come out,
So
too.
we're almost there.
Yeah. I know
Almost
Bethesda like announces games and then they work on them forever and ever. Like I know they're making Elder Scrolls 6, Skyrim, timeless classic by the way.
Bro, Star Wars Eclipse was announced in like 2017, and we don't even know when that's going to come out.
Yeah, they take forever now.
Yeah.
Like it used to be a couple years. They used to announce a game, maybe a couple years later it'd come out. Now they announce a game like 10 years before they're gonna release it.
Yeah, well, that's you know what? To gas up Spider-Man on the PlayStation, they don't officially tell you, hey, Spider-Man 2 was coming out. They told us like a year before it came out. I
Yeah.
was like, great. Well, actually, no, that's not true. That's also a lie. But COVID played a part in that.
Something I do think is clever is that Bethesda for the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remake, their remaster.
Yeah.
They didn't tell anyone they were working on it, and then it just came out. They just dropped it. They were like, "Guess what? There's a brand new game."
See, that's what I always thought they would do with Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, I think we know.
I think they should have.
Yeah,
But
because
I'm
now
gonna-
we've been waiting way.
I'm going to have a
too long
child
for it.
before Grand Theft Auto 6 comes
I know,
out.
I know.
It's crazy.
If it doesn't revolutionize the entire industry, then what was the point?
Yeah, what was the point?
Yeah.
Honestly. I just hope it's not like $1,000 or $200.
Yeah.
Because I'm worried like a video game like that could be like $200. The game's probably going to be like 500 gigabytes.
GTA 5 might also be a timeless classic.
Oh, yeah. GTA 5.
GTA 5 timeless classic.
GTA 4.
Skyrim timeless classic. Minecraft timeless classic. Fallout New Vegas timeless classic. And then we have a lot of very nostalgic ones that we could endlessly revisit. I don't know if they qualify.
Do you think the Call of Duty games are timeless classics?
No, I don't. I don't revisit Call of Duty games, and I don't think that people are going back to the old Call of Duty games. Like, I think that a Call of Duty game comes out when you're in middle school, and then that's where you start the series and you play those. I don't think you necessarily go backwards, and you play like the new ones as they come out.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well,
do you remember when they used to make video games about like every movie that came out?
yeah, that was the greatest.
like I
used to go to the movie and then go to GameStop after and I bought the game.
Yeah, exactly. You go watch a Pixar movie and then buy the Pixar video game, like the Ratatouille video game. I remember.
I did it for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of
I remember I bought Revenge of the Sith came out actually before that. That was pretty controversial because Revenge of the Sith came out actually a few weeks before the movie came out.
Oh,
And it had all the cutscenes that were from the movie.
It's completely spoiled the movie.
Yeah.
That was a bad marketing decision to release the video game before the movie. What was the point of that?
I mean, there wasn't really like YouTube or social media wasn't really like no one was clipping the game, so it's just kind of like you were privately just spoiling it for yourself, I guess.
Yeah, but
Like if that happened today, it would be all over TikTok before you could see the movie.
Yeah.
And everyone would be pissed.
Absolutely. I mean, all the Avatar Fire and Ash spoilers are already on TikTok. Thank God we saw that on opening night because
Thank
they
God
have.
I
Like,
saw that 3
full
weeks before
clips.
that movie came out.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it again. I don't want to get back in. I'm gonna get mad at you all over again. But the original Avatar game for the PS3 was actually god tier. At least
never
to
played
me.
it.
At least to like my 10-year-old brain or whatever.
I didn't even know there
It was like surprisingly good for a video game about a movie because they were always like cheap video games that were basically just made to promote the movie. So the Avatar PS3 video game, like you could play as a Na'vi or a human, and even if you played as like a Na'vi or a human, you could pick a side. So I want to say that you could be a human fighting on behalf of the Na'vi, or you could be like an Avatar, a Na'vi fighting on behalf of the human. So you can be like a Na'vi wielding guns and stuff.
That's crazy.
Or you could be a Navi using
you pick?
bows and arrows and stuff. I did a couple playthroughs, so I kind of did everything because it's also different stories
Yeah.
depending on what you. So for a video game about a movie, it was surprisingly well developed.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
and back then when a video game actually gave you a choice, that was a big deal. Like I remember when Star Wars: The Force Unleashed came out, there were 2 endings. Like you could choose the good or the bad ending.
What did you choose?
I chose the good ending first. But again, I did 2 replays so that I could see the bad ending.
Yeah. Wait, you did a full replay just to see the end. So the whole 90% of the video game is still the same.
Dude, this is what I'm saying, is that you don't replay video games, but it's like, I do think other people play video games multiple times, especially if there's multiple story elements. Like, people will do multiple playthroughs. Like, I know for a fact that people do several Baldur's Gate 3 playthroughs because there's so many options. People have hundreds of hours in that game.
Yeah, I just don't have the time.
Yeah, that makes. I mean, you got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
You got a lot of content to watch as a content creator about movies and TV.
There's just so much going on at all times.
Yeah,
But no, that's a good point though. I wonder how many video game story endings I missed out on.
Oh my god, tons. Have you played God of War?
Of course.
You've played both of them?
Yes.
Both of the new ones?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Do you think that those you would ever revisit? They're
Probably
long
not.
games, but they're
Probably not.
interesting. They're so good though.
They are very good.
Like you rewatch a movie.
Yeah.
So you're completely familiar with you rewatch TV shows.
But that's 2 hours of my time versus 30 hours of my time.
But you also rewatch TV shows.
I can rewatch not every so often. It takes years before I would rewatch a TV show.
Same with the video games though. So
I guess.
you don't finish a game. Well, at least I don't.
I would prefer
I
to
don't
watch
finish
a
a
TV
game.
show though.
I don't play a game and then immediately start a replay. I give it a couple years.
See, but that's the thing though. I would prefer to rewatch a TV show than to replay a video game.
Okay.
I wouldn't classify myself as a gamer.
Right.
So I think that's where that falls.
Okay.
I want to go back to Stranger Things.
Right.
You liked Volume 2.
I do.
You liked I want to give Volume 2 credit. I really liked the twist, the upside down twist. I really liked how they handled Will and him coming out to everybody.
Yeah. I think my favorite part of Volume 2 are the people moments.
Yeah.
Like there's a scene with Jonathan and Nancy that I think is an amazing emotional scene. There's a scene with Dustin and Steve, a couple scenes with Dustin and Steve that, I mean, made me tear up. You know, there's the Will coming out scene.
Yeah. I love what they're doing with Max. But you and I actually have a crazy story about Stranger Things, the final season, that I don't even think you realize we have.
We do?
Yeah. It's been connecting with me for the past month.
How do we have a story that I
Okay.
don't know about?
Do you remember last year at the film festival we went to? I can't remember the Fantastic Fest. We went to Fantastic Fest in Austin, Texas, and you and I watched a movie called Bookworm.
Yeah.
That blonde girl plays Holly from the movie.
Oh.
And we were interviewing Elijah Wood and the director of the movie, and they made a comment about, I don't remember if it was to us or to somebody next to us, but we were definitely right there. They were talking about yeah, Holly, the actress who played Holly, couldn't be here because she's working on Stranger Things, and it just went, well, I wonder what she's doing in Stranger Things.
Right, we were like, oh, she's gonna be like a new character, like in the background.
We knew she was. We should have known.
I guess I didn't make a note of that. I should have set a reminder.
Yeah,
on my phone. Yeah,
blonde girl, bookworm, Stranger Things.
that is kind of okay. Bookworm was a great movie too.
a great movie with a bad budget.
Well, it was an indie movie.
Yeah, but it was an indie movie.
And honestly, I don't think I really noticed the bad budget. Like, I don't think that there was a scene where I was like, oh, they couldn't afford to do that well.
Yeah.
You know?
Bookworm was a good movie. But yeah, we knew about her being in Stranger Things well before the general public.
Yeah.
And I always thought, I was like, was he supposed to say that?
Yeah, he might have been giving us a little bit of an inside scoop, and we might be kind of ratting him out. We might be snitching a little bit.
A little bit. But again, I don't think he told us that. So really,
I have seen some complaints about the new volume of Stranger Things. I don't know how. Is it being well received? Are there mixed reviews?
a lot of mixed reviews.
Okay.
A lot. People defend the show. People don't like some of the decisions. People think it was just a bunch of filler. Nothing really happened. I think, like I said, I think Volume 2 had a lot of really great moments, but I do think that we're going into the final 2 hours of Stranger Things with a lot of questions that need answered and a lot of just loose ends that need to be tied. And I don't know if 2 hours is enough. And if they do answer everything and acknowledge everything, then it's like, okay, this has all just been kind of rushed. or whatever, because you're doing it.
Story-wise.
Yeah, you're solving everything in these 2 hours. Now again, they did solve the upside down. Like we know what the upside down is, but also like at the same time, I'm like, okay, we haven't really acknowledged the threat of the Mind Flayer, and we're kind of forgetting the fact that the Mind Flayer is behind everything. The Mind Flayer is what infected Vecna. It wasn't Vecna infected the Mind Flayer, just like everyone believed, because in season 4, Dustin made the revelation that, oh, the Mind Flayer is Vecna's general, but we know from the Broadway show that that's not the case. And the Broadway show is canon. And so it's things like that that they still haven't addressed that's kind of feeling a little bit messy.
Wait, so is the Mind Flayer using Vecna? Because when I saw the ending of season 4, I saw Henry walking around what we now know as the Abyss. Right? And he found the quote-unquote Mind Flayer, the hive mind particles, right? And in my head, my justification is he is using his powers to control this being to create this army.
The Mind Flayer gave him his powers.
Originally?
Yes.
Like, that hasn't been revealed yet. Okay, because spoilers, in the new season of Stranger Things, in one of the new episodes, we see Henry Krill's quote-unquote origins. He opens a briefcase. We don't know what's in the briefcase yet.
Yeah.
So I guess if you've seen the Broadway show, you kind of know.
I mean, I couldn't tell you what's in the briefcase.
Okay, so I mean,
but what for the Broadway show does establish that the Mind Flayer has been around long before Henry Krill.
Well, yeah.
So what I'm saying
is in the Abyss, right?
No. Like there's already been this like discovery.
Wait, so then what is the Mind Flayer? Are we talking about the same thing? We're talking about the big stormy
This is my point. Yes.
Cloud thing?
Yes, this is my point.
That's in season 4.
But again, they've already acknowledged that everything they've known has been wrong, right? So you can flush out that in the window.
But we get that from Henry Krill.
In the Broadway show, the whole Broadway show is about Henry Krill at that time.
No one's seen the Broadway show.
I've seen the Broadway show.
Well, tell us then what happens in it.
I'm telling you, the Mind Flayer, the entire Broadway show, Henry is fighting the Mind Flayer. The Mind Flayer is like, do this, and Henry's like, no. I don't want to. And he's telling people the Mind Flayer is bad. The Mind Flayer is bad, and he eventually just gives in to the Mind Flayer.
And this happens before he goes into the Upside Down?
Yes.
How?
But he goes into the Upside Down in the show for like the first time. Like he goes, and then he's not Vecna though. He's still Henry Krill. Again, the Mind Flayer is messing with his brain, trying to get him to like accept all the bad things that are happening because he has a weak mind. So everything he's doing isn't really an original idea by Henry Krill.
So how did the Mind Flayer infect Henry Crill's mind then, is what I'm asking. If this happens before,
again, that's what we're assuming is in the briefcase, because the experiments on the Mind Flayer and the Upside Down have been going on before Henry Krill.
Okay.
So that guy most likely had some of that research. And then he got infected. But that's my point. My point is the Mind Flayer has been around.
You don't think that it's possible for them to deal with the Henry Krill problem at the same time they deal with the Mind Flayer problem?
They could, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I think it's weird.
I think we're going to find out what was in the briefcase. They're going to quickly realize, oh, it's not just Henry. There's also this other thing that we have to deal with. And they're going to deal with that in basically the same way. They're going to seal off the bridge. They're going to destroy the Upside Down by destroying the exotic matter. Like, I think they're going to realize that what is happening, like what the driving mechanism is, but I think they're going to deal with it like the same way.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we'll see. But like I said, I just feel like there's a lot to address in 2 hours.
But they did set up a lot of stuff, right? So like for the people who said that nothing happened in these new episodes, we do know now what the Upside Down is. We do know what the driving mechanism is, this exotic matter. We do know that there is something that gave Henry his powers originally. We know what the government is doing, what the military is doing. They're trying to make more psychics using the blood of these affected individuals like Henry or 11 or 8, and so I do think that we actually know a lot. We know where Holly is.
Stuff did happen, yes. Stuff did happen. Like I'm not trying to say like nothing happened.
I think we learned a lot. You know, I don't think that these were filler episodes. I think a lot of questions were answered.
I think a lot of people will complain, and this wasn't necessarily a complaint I had. A lot of people complained about some of the dialogue and it being like, okay, this is a plan. This is point A. This is point B. This is point C, and then we're gonna do this. And then it was like that repetitive. Like it kept happening over and over and over again. But again, that didn't really bother me. I do think some of the stakes of the show is kind of gone for me. Personally, not that I wanted like a shocking Game of Thrones Red Wedding, and that's what everyone's comparing it to. Like they want a Game of Thrones type thing where everyone's getting killed off, whatever. Not that that's necessarily what I wanted, But I do think like, okay, this main cast, this main group did have some plot armor going into this show, like going into this final season. I think at this point you had to get rid of some of them, or at least one of them, because like I think like part of the reason why I really like the Max storyline is because she did go through this big trauma at the end of last season, and we kind of got to see her like not necessarily embrace it, but go through it and experience it with her and get to the other side. It was just so fulfilling. But now it's like, okay, if we go through this final episode, nothing's happened to any of these characters and nothing happens to them. It's like, okay, I don't really believe any of the stakes that's happening around you. But also at the same time, now in the final episode, if somebody like dies or whatever, it's just gonna suck.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna see them get work past it. You're not gonna like sit with it. You're just gonna the show's just gonna be over.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna be sad with no resolution or no point. Like if I'm just gonna use it as an example. If Steve died in episode 5, okay? And then in episode 8, they use that experience, right? And it propels them towards the end. Or it teaches them something towards the end. I think that's a good way for a character to die. Like his death had meaning. Now, if he dies at the final 10 minutes of the show, it's just going to be sad. And I'm like, well, that just sucks. Like, okay, I guess he's just dead. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. They kind of did that with Eddie, where he died in the final episode of season 4 at the very end of the episode. But then they had a whole other season to deal with the repercussions of that.
Yeah, and we saw how it affected Dustin. Yeah, that's great. But the problem is like they're using those moments and it's great. It's just not happening to the main cast. It's characters that we don't have a lot of time with.
Yeah. I think that there's a few people who can't die anymore. Like I think that if Jonathan and Nancy were to die, that would have already happened.
Yeah, it would have.
So I think they're safe for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
I
agree.
I think Max is safe for the rest of the season.
I agree.
Because if she were to die, that would have happened. Like
Lucas.
You can't save her. Yeah, Max and Lucas. You can't save them just to have them die later.
Well, it'd be interesting. But again, I don't think it would work. Like, I think it would just upset me. But it'd be interesting if 11 does in fact sacrifice herself, because that's what the show.
It still could be 11, yeah.
And then Mike stays behind with her.
It could be 11 and Mike. It could be Will. It could be. I think Hopper still could die, even though he did try to die already and didn't.
Yeah, it's kind of troped, I guess. I don't know.
I'm leaning towards it not happening. Like if I were to put money on it, like if I were to go on Kalshi, I'd put money on Hopper not dying.
Yeah,
but it still could happen.
That's also my point. It's like it feels like we're past the point where these characters feel safe, and it's like, okay, but now everything bad that happens in the finale, it's not gonna stress me out. I'm not gonna feel scared.
Would you be scared though? Like it might not just be Steve. It might be Steve and Dustin who die, because everyone's thinking, "Oh, Steve's gonna die." But now Dustin's lumped himself in with Steve.
Yeah,
so
if you die, I die.
That kind of adds some weight to it, where you're like, we're not just talking about Steve anymore. Now we're adding a whole other character that we really like.
Like it just depends on the situation, because now it's like, okay, you killed him. I'm just gonna be upset. Like it's just gonna like I'm gonna have upset, no closure. If they save the world,
they sacrifice themselves to save. Like their death wasn't for nothing; they did it to accomplish something.
Then at that point, then it's like, what's the point of 11?
Well, that's what Stranger Things does so well, is that there's like at least 3 storylines going on simultaneously, and they're all important.
Do you know what this is though? Like yes, they are important, but this is like Game of Thrones. You could argue Game of Thrones is the exact same thing, right?
Yeah, even more though. They didn't just have like an A or B storyline, not even like a Stranger Things A, B, and C storyline. They had like the whole alphabet. They had A, B, C, D, E, F.
It still sucked that Jon Snow wasn't the one to take on the Night King.
This is controversial of me. This is controversial.
You like that Arya killed him?
When the episode came out and I watched it, everyone was so hyped for it. Like Game of Thrones Twitter exploded because Game of Thrones never did the predictable thing. Never.
Yeah.
So if we saw an outcome coming, you could guarantee that was not going to be what actually happened.
Yes, but also though at the same time, and listen, I'm a defender of the last season of Game of Thrones. I think upon rewatch, it wasn't bad. Like I actually somewhat liked the last season.
I think if you weren't waiting 8 years for it, I think it's swallowable, but it's digestible. I don't want to say it's good. but it's like you can deal with
The
it.
ending still could have been better. But
Yes.
my point is though,
That's never the point I'm trying to make. But yeah,
we never. I would have loved the Arya killing him still. It could still have been unpredictable, but we could have still at least seen Jon Snow go up against him.
yeah.
Like, it never happened. Like, there was no big bat. He walked to a tree, and then he got stabbed and died.
Yeah.
So it's like, it just kind of fell.
Would you have preferred Jon Snow to die in that scene? Because I think if Game of Thrones were to do something, they would have killed off. Like,
I don't care if Jon Snow would have died in that moment if I at least got to see him fight. Like,
Yeah.
at least be like, okay, it wasn't enough. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't him. But there was no attempt. So it's like,
and he and it was kind of like a Theon Greyjoy thing. That's the thing,
the
though.
whole thing with Jon Snow just kind of fell apart
Yeah.
in that season.
They definitely lost the plot, for sure. And it doesn't help that George R.R. Martin hadn't even finished writing the story. So
No.
they had to
just kind of improvised.
write their own stuff. Yeah, because George R.R. Martin was creating a masterpiece.
Right.
And then they had to try to imitate the masterpiece.
But that's okay. So this is what I'm saying though. Like, if 11 will kind of feel that's like somewhat the same way if there is no big battle with 11 and Vecna, and it's just like Dustin and Steve and them sacrifice themselves. It would kind of feel the same way of just wrong. Again, this is a different circumstance because also Elle is, like her being alive is how this can keep happening again and again. But I do have a fear that Holly's going to be the one to beat Vecna because Holly has become so important and it's become such a storyline of her being brave and fighting in the moments and not freezing. I don't want Holly to be the one to beat Vecna. I have no emotional attachment to Holly. I don't care about Holly.
The show is kind of always about kids being powerful, though.
But there's still kids being powerful.
They're in their 20s now.
No.
I don't hate the idea that Holly is brave and heroic and doing cool shit. I
don't
don't mind
hate it either. I just don't want her to be the one who beats Vecna.
In season 1 of Stranger Things, that's what we all fell in love with. Was like, oh, these kids are badass.
And that's who we spent the last 10 years following.
And they did a lot, and they saved the town and the world multiple times already.
Not enough.
They did. They saved the world
Mike
multiple
just went
times.
to the Upside Down for the first time. I guess
yes, but he's also done tons. He's done tons.
No, I don't want Holly to just walk in there and be like, I've done it.
Well, she's not doing it by herself. She had help from Max and everybody else.
Nope. I guarantee you, Michael, I promise you right now, if Holly's the one who beats Vecna, there will be outrage like you've never seen before.
I know. And I'm not saying that everyone should feel this way. I'm saying, me personally, if Holly did deliver the final blow, all the power to you, because she didn't do it alone. She stands on the shoulders of giants.
I would hate
it. It's a team effort, and Stranger Things has always been about a team effort and always been about children being powerful. Hopper was never going to be the one to defeat Vecna. You know what I mean? Like, yes, he did defeat a lot of bad guys. He beat a lot of Russians and like secret agents and stuff like that. But I mean, like, at the end of the day, one of the children are going to be the ones to save the world.
Okay, another scenario I see in my brain is that 8 sacrifices herself, and then in that moment of her being killed, Vecna is vulnerable, and then they take out.
I think what's going to end up happening, if 11... I don't think 11's actually going to sacrifice herself.
No, I don't think so either.
I think she's going to lose her powers, and then that defeats the government's purpose for trying to get her blood.
That'd be good.
That's what I think is going to happen.
I'd be okay with that. That'd be good.
I think that's fine, and I think that's it's almost like a corporate ending where everyone's happy, where it's like, hey, 11 gets to live happily ever after all, and nobody's looking for her, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of like a deep, bold choice of killing off your main character, which is, if done well, can be a top tier story decision.
Yeah.
You know? I think she's just gonna lose her powers.
Well, I guess we'll find out. 2025 is gonna end and we're either gonna be happy or pissed.
Yeah.
We'll see.
The stakes are pretty high for the Stranger Things Fandom production.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the fandom's gonna, they're gonna have an opinion one way or the other. But I mean, for the actors and the people who made the show, like, people could be pissed at them. Like, they could be dealing with riots.
Yeah.
Like, this was America's #1 show for a long time.
Yeah. Truly,
it propelled Netflix to the top of the streaming chart. It changed the industry.
Yeah. I still think the show, and listen, I say this show, like, I don't think Volume 2 is as good as I wanted it to be, but I still think the bar is just so high. Like, it's still an exceptional show.
Going back a little bit, I don't think that Volume 2 is filler, because we learned a lot, including where Holly is and what Vecna even wants the kids for. Like, we know what he's doing now, too. I will stand by my decision that in Volume 2, we learn a lot, and there's a lot of great emotional moments.
Yeah.
With multiple characters.
Yeah.
So-
I guess we'll just see how it plays out.
I guess so.
Before we move on to Marty Supreme,
Right.
let's feed the beast that is One Piece.
Oh, yes.
Let's feed the One Piece fandom. So like we've mentioned, I've watched 2 episodes since our last episode. Michael's
I've watched 3 or 4.
Yes.
And I'm gonna try to pick up the pace now. It got a little hard with the holidays, and I also got sick.
Yes.
But I'm gonna try to watch more. But yeah. So they just introduced Usopp, which I think is gonna be a new crew member, and I don't like him yet.
I haven't gotten there, so I don't know what you're talking about.
He's a coward and a liar, admittedly. Like, he admits that he lies a lot. And he has this cool pirate dad who abandoned him when he was a kid, and he worships him.
He's trying to prove to his
Mhm.
dad.
He wants to be a pirate. So like, brings himself to his
No!
dad. And Luffy also likes Usopp's dad, because Usopp's dad sails with Shanks.
Thanks.
So it's like, I don't like the fact that this character is a liar, a coward, and worships a deadbeat dad.
Do you think Shanks has found the One Piece? And it's just
That's
chilling?
not a bad theory. He might have found it and then left it.
It's
too.
got to be
He
something.
might have found it and then be like, "Oh, this
This
can't
is
get
nothing.
into other people's hands. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta." You know.
Or Shanks. I actually thought about this. This is the stupidest One Piece theory I could ever think of.
What?
What if the One Piece is the straw?
The Straw Hat is the One Piece. And he's like, "It's the best treasure that you could possibly have. It gives you the powers of like a god." And he gave it to Luffy as like, and it's like, guess what? Luffy had the One Piece the whole time.
But also like Buggy just like Wolverines
Guess
the
what?
crap out of it.
If it makes you the king of
Straw Hat-
pirates, I mean, it's basically a crown.
The Straw Hat still like listen. It went through the ringer. Now, granted, we're only like 9-10 episodes in. It went
Yeah.
through the ringer already, and it's still looking good.
Buggy is still not an intimidating villain or one with a great backstory. He's
Maybe he's
so
not a villain.
unserious.
Maybe he's someone you're gonna grow to love.
Yeah, maybe he is. Maybe he is.
Like maybe he's going to be a key part in finding
Yeah.
the One Piece, which is the Straw Hat.
I mean, yeah. I mean, even his ending in this first arc, he turns into a little person, and for a joke, and then he just gets yeeted across the island, Team Rocket style.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and his background is that he's super greedy. He was gonna steal millions of berries worth of stuff, and then he accidentally got superpowers because he was trying to hide
And trying to lie to
a
everybody.
devil fruit. Yeah, and
And
he
he was
like
blaming
he
Shanks
ate
for
the
it.
devil fruit so that no one would catch him stealing it, and he blamed Shanks, who
saved his life.
who then saved his life.
Yeah.
Like I don't like his motivation really. Like, I think his motivation's really weak and childish, you know?
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people really like him, so I know they're gonna hate. But maybe he's somebody who
You know what?
develops later on. Like, maybe the rest of the show.
It's like I don't think people are going to be mad at you because we're 10. This is what we're supposed to feel at 10 episodes, right?
Yeah. I think I don't think that when these 10 episodes were released and nothing else was out yet, I don't think people were saying this is going to be the best show ever. You know?
Yeah.
I think that we're probably What's going on?
It's telling me it's going to turn the car off,
okay.
so I'm saying no.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that when the first 12 episodes came out that people were like, this is going to be the best show ever. I think they probably were thinking like, hey, these villains are kind of childish. Motivations are weak. You know? Again, Usopp, I've seen him in the intro. Like, I've seen him in the beginning credits, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be a main character. But he's got a lot of faults right now. Again, liar, coward, worships a deadbeat dad.
Question: how do you feel about Mr. Beast starting One Piece?
Right after we
Did
started
this
One
whole
Piece-
thing?
like,
Yeah, crazy.
now we kind of look like sellouts. Like, we
Yeah.
kind of look like we're copying Mr. Beast.
Yeah, it's crazy. We were
What-
here first.
Check the dates. Check the
There-
dates on.
It's you know what? It's quite you know what Mr. Beast saw your One Piece journey. I was like, okay, I'm doing it.
He might have. That's
But
it.
he also said like Speed has been telling him to watch One Piece.
Oh, okay.
So that it probably is just a coincidence.
Well, Dan's been telling us. Dan's
Yeah.
been telling us.
Damo too, he's been telling us, and he's better than Speed.
Yeah.
But okay, hypothetical. Mr. Beast watched this,
Okay.
and he's like, okay, Berkan Michael, I'm gonna lock us in a room for a week straight, and we're gonna do nothing but watch One Piece.
I locked 2 content creators in a room for a week to watch One Piece.
Would
Like, that could be a YouTube video. That could
Would
be-
you do it?
Yeah.
A 1 week straight.
In a
You
heartbeat.
can't leave. You can't talk to anybody.
I need more motivation to watch more of One Piece to get to like the juicy, meaty part of the show. So if Mr. Beast wants to invite me, to a One Piece screening and give me an excuse to marathon One Piece with or without him, I would take it.
Interesting.
Jimmy, let's make it happen.
See, I would do it with you, but my wife's pregnant.
Right, you can't do it.
And that would be, knowing my luck, ooh.
I can give you some FaceTimes from time to
Yeah,
time.
I should be the one lifeline.
Yeah.
We should
One
still be able to
lifeline.
do the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we're not skipping a week.
No, we can't skip a week.
Right, okay.
Or maybe I'll just have a bunch of guests. I don't know. But
Okay.
Mr. Beast, Mr. Jimmy Beast, Jimothy,
Let's get it on.
let's get it on.
Should we go into Marty Supreme
Yes,
now?
let's go into Marty
The
Supreme.
movie that we actually just watched
Yes. Okay.
today. Do you want me to start or do you want to start?
I want to say something.
Okay.
2 weeks ago, I asked you what you think your rating of Marty Supreme would be, and you said 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
You said you would give it 7 out of 10 Michaels as a guess.
Mm-hmm.
How many Michaels are you actually giving Marty Supreme?
7.5.
Oh!
It went up a half.
Okay,
Michael.
so it exceeded expectations.
And I also was being generous when I gave the 7. If you go back, if you check the tapes, I was like 7 if I'm being generous.
Okay.
I'm giving it 7.5.
Okay, 7 out
good.
of Michaels. Okay, pretty good. I think I'm at. See, I'm struggling a lot actually with this rating
Why is that?
because I feel like I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
I had a good time watching it.
Mhm.
I didn't feel. It's a long movie. I didn't really feel bored.
Wasn't really boring.
It
No.
wasn't really boring. It kept going and going and going. It had good moments after moments after moments.
Yeah.
I don't know how to rate this movie.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how
To
did
me-
I love it? Did I just enjoy watching it? I think I'm at 8 Michaels.
Okay. To me, it feels entertaining, but not necessarily cohesive. Does that make sense?
I kind of obviously spoilers for Marty Supreme.
Yeah. Spoilers. So stop here if you don't want Marty Supreme spoilers.
I don't know what the point was.
Yeah. Exactly.
It was just bad thing after bad thing after bad thing after bad thing to realize, oh, okay, the greatest dream is actually that now I get to be a father.
Yeah. And
Which is a good lesson, I guess.
but I don't like Marty. He's a bad.
Marty is a terrible person.
He's a bad guy.
He's the worst. He has no redeeming factor at all in
No.
this movie.
Having a kid does not make you redeemed. You know what I
No.
mean? Becoming a father,
I don't believe that you're going to be a good dad.
crying at the sight of your newborn child does not make you.
I fully believe
Yep.
2 days later, if he got an opportunity to be like, hey, just kidding, you can compete in the tennis championship, he'd be on a plane.
and he'd be stealing money to get there.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
terrible person.
He's going to be using the kid as a new con. He's going to be like, I'm a father. I need money for diapers and food and daycare and whatever. And then he's going to use that money to go play ping pong of all sports too.
Table tennis.
Right.
I think that's why I'm really struggling with this movie is because there's no redeeming quality for Marty.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happens in this movie to where I'm like, okay, we went on a journey that came full circle or ended. I guess it technically came full circle, but it didn't.
It was giving Uncut Gem vibes.
Yes.
Where it's bad thing after bad thing after bad thing, and the main character is a liar and a con artist and screwing everybody over.
He just doesn't get shot at the end of
and
it.
then he gets in trouble and refuses to face the consequences of his actions. It's always somebody else's fault, or he needs to find a way to weasel out of it, or he's like, I have a purpose. But then he's saying to everyone that he has this purpose, but then he doesn't really accomplish the purpose.
Yeah, but Uncut Gems was better because at least Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems, he was like, I'm right, see, I did it, I won, and then he got the consequences of his actions.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And I was like, okay, well, at least he was right, but he also faced reality. You died. That's it. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Marty Supreme is like, okay, so what? Everything that happened didn't happen now?
Yeah.
The girl's just gonna forgive him? Rachel's gonna forgive him?
She's not a good person either.
No, she sucks.
She's just as bad.
She has an unhealthy attachment to Marty.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will do anything for Marty, which is good for her, I guess. Good for Marty.
But including lie to Marty.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's also manipulative to everybody.
Yeah.
It's not that Marty is the exception.
I guess they're perfect for each other.
I guess so.
Maybe that's how they learned it. They did grow up
They did
together.
know it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I felt the same way. I was like, I didn't know how I wanted the movie to end. I actually never wanted a good thing to happen
to Marty.
Yeah,
I was
I actually didn't want him to win the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted him to lose to Ento.
Yeah.
And then he beat Ento, and I was like, well, that sucks.
But then I was also kind of like, but there were no stakes.
Yeah,
really.
That's true.
Like, even though he beat Endo, I mean, like, Endo's probably still going to go on to be the world champion.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think Timothy Chalamet should win an Oscar for Marty Supreme?
I do think he acted well in it.
He was
You know
very
what
good.
I mean? Like,
It was very good.
and again, I was entertained the whole movie. Like, this is us criticizing the movie, but I think that we're trying to give this criticism in like a review sense where it's like, here's why I didn't give it a 10. Here's why I deducted points. Because every time we're giving these reviews, even if I enjoyed the movie, like, we're always focusing on the negatives, like the reasons why points were deducted, I guess. So I want to be very clear.
The movie like shocked me a lot.
I was entertained.
Like, it's a good script.
Yeah.
It's a good script. Again, the ending doesn't redeem Marty in that sense. So it's not a perfect script, but it was a very good movie. It's worth your time. I think it's worth the hype.
I also, and I knew this just from the trailer, but I was like, they're building up all these stakes and all this tension, and the climax is ping pong. What they're doing it all for is ping pong. And so every time Timothy's like, I'm a champion. This is my destiny. This is my purpose. I need to do this. I need to steal all your money. I need to fuck over everyone I love. You know, I need to scam all these strangers. I'm fucking this guy's wife. You know,
yeah. Which he never got that moment. I wanted him. You know what? I would have been Team Marty if in Japan when he's like, "You're gonna stay in Japan and you're gonna be here forever." Yeah. And then Marty looked over at him. He's like, "I fucked your wife."
Yeah.
I would be like, "Okay," but he doesn't do that.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that like he does all this stuff, and at the end of the day, what he's doing it for is ping pong. And to me, so every time I'm watching the ping pong scene, I'm like, this is the core of it. This is the center of it. This is the driving force. And I'm like, I'm underwhelmed. You know?
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
But it's like, it might as well be bowling. It might as well be curling. It might as well.
I actually thought the ping pong scenes were kind of exciting, though. I was like, this is cool. This is difficult.
But I also thought the Harlem Globetrotters scene was exciting. And he hated the fact that he was playing for the Harlem Globetrotters. Yeah. And I was like, that's actually a decent way to make your money. Like, you're really good at what you do. You get to go see the world with cool people.
Pride kills.
And you're entertaining the crowd. I mean,
Pride kills dreams.
He doesn't want to be a performer. He wants he's a narcissist.
Yeah.
He wants them to respect him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
what got him at the end too.
Yeah.
Pride.
And you're not supposed to like Marty. I get that.
You're definitely not supposed to.
They do that well.
I think it is going to be a really good, entertaining Academy Awards season because I do think the Best Actor award is going to be a really fun toss-up between Leonardo DiCaprio versus Timothy Chalamet. The current one of the greatest actors of all time versus the upcoming greatest actor of all time.
Dang.
Potentially.
It kind of is like a Lightning McQueen versus like the new racers like Cars 3 moment.
And to be honest with you though, I think Leo should win.
Okay.
I think One Battle After Another. I liked Marty Supreme.
I liked Marty stumbling Supreme. Over every word right now.
Yeah. I like Marty Supreme.
I like Leonardo DiCaprio and Marty Supreme.
I liked Marty Supreme way more than I liked One Battle After Another.
Okay.
I think Leonardo DiCaprio's performance in One Battle After Another had a lot more depth, though.
Okay.
And he, range-wise, went through a whole lot more. And I think, Marty Supreme, it may feel the other way. Like, it may feel like Timothy did more and expressed more and showcased more, but that's just the pacing of the story and the pacing of the character. But really, it is the same, at the same level the entire time.
You're
except
right.
for the end.
He really is he is just like I don't want to say a one-dimensional character, but it is like it's the same motive. It's the same energy the whole time where he's just trying to scam people and get money and be a champion.
Yeah, it literally, I felt like it was delivered. And again, he did it very well. Like, Timothy Chalamet is very good. He deserves to be nominated. I'm telling you, but it's either him or Leonardo. I'm just telling you why I think Leo's going to win.
Even at his lowest moments and at his highest moments, there's not a huge difference in the character.
Right.
You know? So I can understand why you're saying that Leo displayed more range.
Yeah, I think Leo should win this year.
They should let us on the Academy. We should cast a vote for the Oscars.
Maybe we will.
Maybe we will.
I don't know.
All right. Well, I think that's it.
We
right?
did it. Yeah.
Right.
I think. And hey, be sure to follow us on all social medias at the Drive-In Movie Pod or the Drive-In Pod on Twitter or X, and check out our Patreon. Michael recorded some One Piece reactions that are going to go up shortly. Soon, and so we'll start having a library of One Piece episodes with Michael reacting.
A library.
Yeah, not a library.
A library.
A library.
I'll also be streaming episodes on Discord. If anyone wants to join the Discord, it is
$1.
$1 on the Patreon. The Discord access in the Patreon. Also, if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, be sure to follow or subscribe, rate 5 stars,
Michaels.
like the video, leave a comment, all that good stuff.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for driving in.
And thanks
with
for
us.
driving
I
in
think
with
next
us.
episode we're going to be talking about our favorite movies of 2025.
Right.
So it's going to be a good one.
Tune in for that.
Tune in. See ya.
Bye.